Today we're interviewing the Pazmanian Devil, five-time champion of the world. Bleed for this motion picture movie out about him, Vinny Pazienza. This guy's close to us because he was also trained by Kevin Rooney. At the same time, me and Jeremy were trained by Kevin Rooney, so we're really excited to get into this. Let's do it. Works.
Jeremy!
What's up, Mr. Paz? I've been seeing you since I was in Rhode Island with you. Hey, tell me.
All right, so is this good? I just yell every time I'm talking.
There you go.
I mean, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. If you want to come closer, if you don't, stay there. It works.
Then, so you have 4 world championships?
Five. That's it. And let's see the tattoo, Vin. Can we see the tattoo? Yeah, you can't really see it, but it says on his hand. Look at that. That's fucking cool, man. That's really cool.
There you go. That's 5-time world champion. And what weight did you start your first title at?
I won my first one, Jeremy, at 135 for the IBF title. The IBF was one of the 3 big ones back then.
Yeah.
And then after that, thank God I hooked up with Kevin Rooney, or I would have died. I definitely would have died, and from dehydration and getting hit in the head.
Wow. So
I would have lost it. So I hooked up with Kevin, and you're gonna remember this, Jeremy. Only you over there. Do you remember Muta?
Of course.
Vin, I was up there too. You don't remember me, but I knew Muta as well.
Oh, you did too?
I was up there.
I don't remember you.
We went to dinner.
Oh,
Vin,
wow.
We went to dinner. Tell me if this rings a bell. We went to Kevin's son's communion dinner. You were there and I was there.
Oh my God. Wow.
Probably don't remember it, but that's, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So crazy. That's so nuts. But so I sparred with Muta, and Kevin threw me in with him. He was a middleweight. I'm supposed to be fighting at 140. So I like beat Muta's ass. I gave him a whooping. and yeah, I love Muta. He's like the coolest guy. But I gave him a beating the first time we ever sparred. And Kevin goes, Vinny, he said, that's my best middleweight, right? And I said, yeah, okay. So what does that mean? He goes, you're trying to lose weight. Like, what are you doing? You just fight at middleweight. I said, Kevin, are you crazy? I won my first world title at lightweight. I said, I ain't moving up that much. And, he got me to do it. And thank God, because I would have probably died after one of those crazy fights, I really gained so much weight.
So just so people know,
from 175.
So people know that you were at 35 and fighting at middleweight is 60. So that's 25 pounds up from
Yeah, right. And not even that. I end up fighting a super middleweight.
Yeah.
168.
168. And Muta, for people watching, Muta, although his record didn't reflect it, in the gym, he was one of the best fighters I've ever seen in the gym.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I sparred with him a couple of times. I was 16 years old at the time, but I sparred with him back then too a couple of times. Good dude. So let's talk about Kevin. Unfortunately, I'm sure I think he's in a home in Brooklyn. He's suffering from advanced Alzheimer's, correct?
Not good. I don't even want to see him. That's how my father went out.
Oh,
I hated it.
That's how my father went out.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and Kevin was to me, he was kind of like a father briefly. Maybe not to you. Yeah?
Yeah, he was awesome. I loved Kevin. I really did. I loved that guy.
He was a great guy, man.
When they told me that he had Alzheimer's, That's it. I said, okay, don't tell me nothing more.
When was did you guys stay in contact throughout the years after you retired?
Yeah, for a little along the way, of course, and then all of a sudden they told me that he's just talking about you and Tyson, you and Tyson. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, we think he's getting dementia.
Oh man.
I said, oh no! I said, oh my God! That's how my father went out.
Yeah.
Not good.
That's how my father went out too.
I never saw him again after that.
You couldn't fit. Yeah, it would be too.
No,
too
I didn't want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have bad thoughts of my father doing that now, like talking crazy shit. My father would have shot himself in the head if he knew that he was like that.
Wow, that's tough. You let's get on a lighter note.
Well, okay, go ahead. I wanted to ask something not about Kevin, but about Catskill. But go ahead, Jeremy.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, what made you, Vinny? What made you go to Catskill to Kevin's? What made you switch your current trainer and move to a different? Did you like the style? What was it exactly?
Well, to be honest with you, the Duvas mentioned him to me because I had this. I had this karate guy who was instructing me. And I just remember I had to take my shoes off every time I went in his fucking house. And it pissed me off. But I had this, he actually was Korean. And my father, I had the best dad. I got lucky. I got lucky. You got to be lucky to get good parents. I got lucky. And my father, he would have bent over backwards for me. So he meets some dude that says to my father, Angelo, this guy's unbelievable. He's a karate master. He said he'll make your kid win all the time, and he won't even get hit. And my father drove me to fucking New Hampshire to go to find him.
Uh-huh.
So I started training with the guy in New Hampshire, and he was good for his way of life, like the karate way, jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. And he did well because of that. But as a boxing coach, he sucked ass. Not good.
At what age was this happening?
Geez. Maybe it had to be around 30, 31.
Oh.
Which I was in my prime. I was in my prime. So I was 33. I was good too. And then after that, I started getting a little older, little less. And then I finished I wanted to get to 50 wins, Jeremy.
Right.
I mean, not too many people do that.
Right.
So I got to my 50th win. I was 40 years old, and that's it. I wanted to, that's it. I wanted to stop.
We spoke to Christy Martin, and I remember she tried really hard to get her 50th. But let me rewind a little bit.
Did you get it?
She didn't.
No,
she ended up breaking her hand, and she was winning. But since her hand was broke, the doctor stopped it in the last fucking round, and she was ahead on the score. The doctor's like, if you keep going, your hand might not be able to be put. I mean, it was shattered. So she didn't get it. But I was going to ask you. I want to rewind a little bit. What was your amateur career like? How many fights did you have?
I had over 100 fights.
Okay. Do you remember the record?
I won a couple of big tournaments. I won the first big tournament I won. I was on TV for the first time ever. I was on ABC on the Wide World of Sports.
Wow.
And it was packed house at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
And I beat this dude named, and it's amazing that I remember this because it was in 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Timmy Ramone from Louisiana. And I gave him an ass whipping, and all the guys were on me after that. I heard from Bob Arum. I heard from Don King. I heard from this guy named Lou Duva.
Mm-hmm.
And
we know Duva. Yeah, we know Duva.
Well, so I mean, so from that crew, from that moment when people were wanting you, how did that shape where you went? 'Cause if everybody wanted you, then it becomes like, okay, well, who's gonna give you the better package?
Yep, that's a good question.
My dad was alive at the time, and he was the greatest. I got lucky, I got lucky. He would have ran through walls for me. So he goes with he stops talking to the Duva guy because Duva's Italian. My father's from Italy, and that's how I connected with him. That's basically it.
Wow.
How
Okay.
nuts is that? Yeah.
So what weight?
I think I would have been better off with Don King than fucking Lou Duva.
Well, what were the problems with Duva?
No way.
I mean, not all of them, just a couple small ones.
You know how it goes. You know how it
So
goes. He acted like he was like Joe Religious and on top of the game and everybody's fine. All the while, he's fucking charging people extra at training camps. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's pulling the wool over your eyes all the time.
Like financially, you mean?
Yes, monetarily.
And that. Yeah.
Because he was one of those guys where, from the outside eye, it looked like you'd want to have him in your corner because he was always getting, always defending.
And that's only because he wanted to be on fucking TV so bad. He would do anything to get on.
Wow.
That's why.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why. He'd do anything.
Okay.
So,
He didn't give a fuck about his fighters.
That's crazy, man. He seems so the
He
opposite.
worried about being on TV and getting his name out there, and that's about it. You know what I mean? His kids, Dino Duva does a nice job today. Dino Duva is still carrying down his legacy. Mm-hmm. And, Kathy Duva, they do a good job.
Right.
But Lou was just a big bag of hot air.
I remember at the gym, in Catskill, there was this big, it was, I guess, a sign that hung on the wall, and it said, I'm willing to die in the ring. Craig Haugen isn't. Vinny Pazienza. And I thought that was so fucking cool. That was
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was so.
That was cool.
Speaking of the Haugen fights.
Yep. And I beat him 2 out of 3. And if I see him out tonight, I will choke him the fuck out. I can't stand him.
Wow. So you really didn't like him? Why not?
I fucking hate him. Deep down in my soul, I can't stomach him.
Did anything happen besides the fight hype?
He was just a total douchebag. Like they want to be your friend after, right? And I'm like, fuck you. You want to be my friend after you dogged me in front of millions of people on national television? Oh, now you want to be my friend when there's no one here? Get the fuck out of here. I'll choke him. If I see him, if I see him in a fucking restaurant, if I see him in a bakery, he's getting choked the fuck out. I promise you.
Wait, doesn't he live in like Alaska or something?
Yeah.
So
he fucking likes igloos. He likes igloos. I don't know.
It's probably the only place colder than Rhode Island right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But those 3 fights, were kind of, I guess, the world's introduction to you, right?
Yeah. They were 3 decent fights. To me, the best one was the 3rd one because I got him on the phone with Dan Duva, who promoted the fight, main event, and it was on NBC on a Saturday afternoon. I beat his ass because he let me come in at 142. We were arguing on the phone. Me, Dan Duva was on, and Greg Haugen. So we're arguing on the phone. Wait, and I go, you little twat. I said, oh, big tough guy. Oh, you're a big tough guy. You do the tough man contest. Oh, wow. I'm so scared now. You won't even let me go in 2 pounds over, you little twat. He wanted me to be at 140. And I said, come on, let me go going at 142. I said, what's the big difference? 2 pounds. I said, you're the big fucking tough guy fighting 200 pounders. You can't give me 2 pounds, you little twat. I said, really? He said, okay, Vinny, go ahead. You can have it. You can have it. So the stupid douchebag, I came in at 143, give or take a pound. And the next day, I came into the ring at 154. I felt fucking tremendous, which is where I should have always been. And I beat his ass. He didn't hit me.
54 overnight?
Yeah. I came in at 54. I weighed in at 143, and I came into the fight at 154.
50. But how in the hell did you pick on 11 pounds overnight?
Just it's just water weight, Jeremy.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying this because the common person doesn't know this.
No. See, I was always losing weight. I always dropped down because I won my first world title at lightweight, 135. So nobody thinks that I'm going to blow up to 175.
Yeah.
And and little by little, that's just where I ended up at, and I had to come back down. And for that fight, it was good because I ended up coming in at the 154. Oh my God, I felt great.
Felt great.
He didn't even touch me. Trump was in the front row. He was sitting with Evander Holyfield.
Wow. Yeah,
it was a good night. It was a good day. And it was on NBC on the Wide World of Sports.
That's great.
Man, I remember when they used to cover boxing. Yeah. NBC, ABC, CBS covered boxing.
They're starting to do it again now too. So, would you say that the Haugen victory is your most gratifying victory, or if not, what is your most gratifying victory?
There's a couple. One is Joe Frazier Jr. How about that?
Wow.
I mean, Joe Jr.'s kid. Joe Sr., who fought Muhammad Ali, was in his corner. He was his corner man. And the fight was here in Providence. I think 21-0, and he was something like 17-2. And my God! And Joe Frazier came on all the television stations. So everybody wanted to be there. The place it brought over 15,000 people, but they had to cut it off at 13.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And that was what a night that was in my life. It was it was a cool night. It was a great night.
So that was your favorite one?
85. Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. Melvin Paul, who I knocked out with the bolo shot over the top.
I remember that.
That was a yeah. He went down. He went down and out. He was out like a light.
So what? Tell me.
Not Duran though.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course. Yeah. Don't forget. I had 60 pro fights. Wow. And a lot of pro fights.
I see. Yeah. 30 knockouts out of the 50 victories. It's very good. Very good.
What as well from the fights? Who would you want to fight one more time just to remember, just so that you show who you are again?
Dana Rosenblatt.
Dana, really?
Yeah, Rosenblatt or Haugen? Yeah, so, 1,000. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
That's a good question.
I was going to ask you about the Rosenblatt fight. People who don't remember, you stop him, and after the referee comes in and waves it off, you still start trying to nail him over the referee's shoulder. You must have hated that dude.
Only because he thought he was going to beat me so easy. So I wanted to. I knew I saw him fight a couple times. Good fighter, but he's not going to beat me. And so when we called them to fight him, they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll take that fight. That's a great fight for us." I'm like, "Oh wow, you motherfuckers, really? That's how you taking this? Oh, okay." So I wanted to destroy him, and I did.
You did.
I did.
And you did. So Well, how instrumental were you in picking the guys you fought?
In the beginning, not at all.
Obviously.
And then really like not like I had a little bit of input, but not really much at all. Like Jeremy, not really much at all. You know, I fought like I'm just off the top of my head, ABC on the Wide World of Sports. I fought Roberto Elizondo, big puncher from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea, you know, who he was.
Never seen the guy before.
Right.
Never seen him again. Yeah, and me too. I never heard of him until that moment, and you know, then it was like that for a while, and then towards the end, got a little picky, you know. But I just whoever they got for me, I was like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's say fuck it. Yeah, I'll fight him.
So, of all those people, who would you say was the best fighter you faced?
Oh, I mean, Duran was incredible. You know what I mean? He was incredible at one point in his life. You know, I fought him when he was fucking 90.
Right. So when you fought him, who was the best?
Yeah, when I fought him, he was literally, I think he was 40 years old. And
43.
And let me tell you, I've been in the ring with heavyweights. I've been in the ring with the heavyweight champion of the world, fucking Roy Jones Jr.
Oh.
Let me tell you, Duran hit me harder than anybody. Like anybody.
Wow.
He like when he hit me, like wherever he hit me, it was like, you know, everybody's like this. Everybody's like this. Duran was like this.
Right.
Damn.
It was unbelievable. Like the difference. Oh my God. It was unbelievable.
So
I was like, oh my God, I got to take 12 rounds of this shit.
Well, you did a great job doing it, man. You beat him. So
yeah, you know,
so
God bless.
that you did amazing, man, in those fights. So who would you say though was the best fighter you fought when you fought them? Like the person where you're like, Jesus, this guy has the most skill that I've seen, or the best fighter I've seen.
Roy Jones. He was unbelievable. He was Mayweather at that time with power. He was Mayweather with power.
Faster than
he was. And the fucking night I fought him, they told me the weigh-in the day before the weigh-in. I tell them, I said, can you give me a time we're going to fight? You know, around closely. You know, so I can get ready. You know, I get to drink a cup of coffee before the fight. You know, I want to know an hour either way. He goes, oh, Vinny, we'll be fighting by 9:30, 10:30 all day long. Yeah, no worries. No worries. 9:30, 10:30, it won't go after that. They tapped me. I was on a chair. I was on a masseuse chair, sleeping. My father tapped me. Champ, come on, we gotta go fight. It was 12:15. Oh my God! Oh my God! I was dead. And I'm fighting this guy who's the fucking greatest in the planet at the time.
Yeah.
I walked to the ring, and only 5 times. Like how coincidental is that? 5 times. But 5 times I walked to fight. And I walked to the ring and I said, please, God, let me live after this fight. Please. Just let me live. Let me live. I win. Because I knew I felt like shit. I knew they were great fighters. And, you know, he let me live. Because after I lost to Roger Mayweather, I was dying. I was so dehydrated, I passed out after the fight.
Oh.
I'm in the hospital. They got me 2 IVs in me, pumping fluid in me, and I'm going up and up and up through white, bright clouds. I'm going up and up and up, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? This fucking feels good. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm going to die. So right after I said that, the nurse said to my dad, they said, hey, Mr. Pazienza, we're losing your son. He's only got 1 heartbeat every 8 seconds. And my father grabbed me after that, and he started shaking me violently. He was like, champ, I don't care, you lost. And how I heard him was, champ, I don't care, you lost. And he started shaking me violently. I was going up through white clouds, boom, came back down.
And this was all from the dehydration that did this to you.
Yeah, I was dehydrated. And now people know dehydration is no joke. You know, today people know. Yeah, and I had no idea. You know, I would do anything to make the weight.
Right.
So I was so blessed that day, and so glad my father came with me. Whose father usually goes with them? No one.
Right.
I got lucky.
So go ahead.
What was your biggest cut? What was your biggest cut?
Oh, jeez. I fought one time in Milan, Italy. I don't know, fucking know. It was so stupid. Like looking back, if they told me to go fight there today, I would say, go fuck yourself. Are you kidding me? I ain't going over there to fight in Italy to fight. So, anyways, I was fighting some kid, and they said, "Then you beat him. There's no worry. Just watch his head. He's got a nickname as Billy Goat." I said, "Oh God." I said, "Really? Okay." So, I think in the second or third round, you know, I was beating him. You know, no big deal, but he. Like, anybody banged his head into me, yeah. And I got a cut from one end of the eyebrow to the other. Wasn't pretty. Yeah. Wasn't pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, I had like 90 stitches. Something's crazy.
Did you think that Roy Jones was faster than Camacho?
They would neck and neck. They would neck and neck. Both those guys were like fucking, like fast as lightning. You know, fast. Like both of them were fast as lightning. Like just now, I refereed the fight where Tyson fought Roy Jones, and before the fight, you know, everyone's asking me, "What do you think? What I think?" I said, "About not what I think, is what I know." I said, "If Mike hits him, Mike's unfucking believable. If Mike hits him, he's gonna knock him the fuck out."
You ref that fight?
I was one of the judges.
Oh, one of the judges. Oh.
I said if Mike hits him, Roy Jones is gonna be half dead.
Yeah.
Half dead. But Jones is gonna move around, and if he's still got a little bit in him. He's got a little bit in him. He's going to beat him on a decision. And that's just what happened. Beat him on a decision.
But it was an exhibition.
It was a bomb him out. He couldn't hit him.
It was a draw, I thought, officially.
Yeah, whatever. But
I get what you're saying, yeah.
But, you know, when you draw with Mike Tyson, you won.
Right.
You won.
Right.
You bring with Mike Tyson and you don't get knocked out, you win.
I'm just remembering, man, I'm remembering when I was up at Kevin's, and when Kevin would go to Providence to train with you, it was like a party because he was gone, so we all had the house to ourselves. We loved when he went to train with you.
That's awesome.
I stayed in a hotel for 2-3 months in Rhode Island.
Yes, you did. My God. I forgot about that, Jeremy.
You forgot about it. I was sitting in a hotel room every day.
As a matter of fact, like I got you some sparring partners.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You got a little gym. You still got that gym there? Is that gym still available?
No, it's gone. But yeah, that's when you could fight. You were a fighting motherfucker back then.
Yeah.
Is there any?
I know.
Vinny, I don't know if you know this, but Jeremy, I'm gonna brag for you. He holds the second fastest knockout in pro boxing history at 8 seconds. Do you know that?
No way.
Second fastest knockout in any weight class in the entire pro boxing.
Oh my God, man! I had no idea. Wow, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Is there any talent in Rhode Island right now? Any fighters that you look?
Nah, not really. Not really. There's a couple of guys, but not, no big deal. There's one kid. What's his name? One kid you might know if I say it. Demetrius Andre.
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah.
I heard him.
Yeah, see, that's like everybody. People don't even know him in Rhode Island.
Right.
So they're gonna know him anywhere else.
So I wanted to ask you about the movie Lead for This. Which for people watching is a movie about your life.
Yeah.
I read somewhere, and I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it, but there was some kind of an issue, and you were in litigation with them, suing them. Is that true?
Well, not really, but it was a good movie. They did a good job. The movie people did a good job with the movie. I got like screwed so bad. It was supposed to go to like 3,000 theaters, and it went to less than 100.
Why?
So that's just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, they made some money. It was some crooks from Rhode Island made some money.
Were you involved?
I don't know what
I'm sorry. Were you involved in the? Were you like a creative consultant or whatever on it?
Not really. No, not really. That's why I'm glad with the way that it came out, because it was pretty close. It was pretty close. Miles did a great job. Miles is a great guy. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He's a cool dude. But I had that was literally a low point in my life, literally. And now I got lucky because I got a great PR girl now, who's not a PR girl, but she's with me to the end. This girl's like, she's just super fabulous, and she's a bit of a genius.
Why was it a low point? Just because how you got screwed?
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad, and a couple things in the movie that I would have never let go. Just a couple things, but it would have made a huge difference.
Right. And for people watching, Vinny was involved in a car crash, which fractured your vertebrae in your neck, correct?
I broke my neck days after I won the championship of the world at junior middleweight.
Wow.
Days after. So it was nuts, man. I had screws literally in my skull.
Yeah.
Like
I remember.
Like, are you kidding me? I got screws in my skull. I said, Doc, it's the 20th century. I said, really? This is what you're gonna do to me? And I couldn't believe it. But thank God I came out of it. And
do you remember the actual accident?
I won a couple more world titles after that.
Do you remember the actual accident?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
The guy was just going too fast, and then somebody cut him off, and he jacked up on the brakes, and we started sliding into the next lane, and that was it. I held on to the side and said, "Okay, God, let me have it. Just please let me live. Let me defend my world title." So the days after the world title, after I won, I beat Gilbert Delay. I was at the high point of my life. And
that showed you how human you are, right?
Yeah.
So, question: where did the Pazmanian Devil come from?
When I first turned pro, there was this kid who was a local cable show he used to do, and he used to always call me the Pazmanian Devil because Vinny Paz, Taz.
Right.
And anyways, so I go home the night that I turned pro, and my mother says to me, she said, "Vinny, why is that he's your friend, like the Mike Rattay? Why does he always call you by the wrong name?" I said, "Ma, what are you talking about? He knows my name. What are you talking about? He goes, no, he calls you something like, he calls you like some Armenian name. He goes, something like that. He goes, yes. He said, he calls you like Tasmanian. I said, Mike Rattay? I said, he knows me like this. We've been together since 4th grade. And she goes, look, I'll show you. And she showed me, remember when back then there was the VHS tapes?
Yeah.
The big thick tape. Yeah. He put one in the slot. And I'm watching him. And he goes, the Pazmanian Devil. Wow. Vinny Paz, he's going pro, man. The Pazmanian Devil. And I went, oh my God, that's awesome.
That's great. That's great.
And
So-
that's where that came from.
So putting that said, what made that, or how did that become that style of how you fought? Because you fought like really high energy, high level, a lot of punches, up before the bell rings in the corner. How'd that go? How'd that all come?
You know, Jeremy, it's just like it's how I always fought. Like when I fought in the amateurs, it was only 3 rounds. You want to see mayhem? Come watch one of my amateur fights. Yeah, nuts. I won on NBC, the National Sports Festival in the amateurs at 132 pounds.
What, 84?
And I still remember this day. That was in 1980,
3.
82.
82.
82, because it was right before the Olympics.
Before
82.
Olympics, yeah.
You know what? It might have been, it's either 81, 82, or 83. And
They're always a year before the Olympics.
83, yeah. You know what? You might be right.
Wow.
Yeah, you might be right.
I fought in 91, so I know.
So,
You did? You fought in the sports festival?
I fought in the Goodwill Games, but the Goodwill Festival was the same.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So
One time you could fucking jam. You were jamming at one time. You were rocking and rolling.
One time. Yeah, one time.
Jeremy's fighting James Toney in an exhibition next month.
Oh, shit. No way. Where's that going to be?
It's gonna be in Mexico. It's gonna be in Aguas Calientes, Mexico.
And me and
Mexico?
Mexico, and me and Paulie Malignaggi are gonna be commentating it. It's gonna be fun.
Oh my God. You know, that James Toney, he's a motherfucker. That boy can fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah, he can fight. Yeah, Jeremy, you better get in and out with him.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I got a plan and a method.
Well,
I'll be fine.
They used
They used Jeremy,
to spar a lot.
Is it going to be headgears?
No.
Say it again.
Is it going to be headgears or no headgears?
No headgear.
And
Yeah, I remember
some
punches like a middleweight.
They used to spar, Vin. They used to spar a lot. So Jeremy's familiar with them, yeah.
6 rounds.
It's going to be 3 rounds?
6, 2 minutes.
Oh, shit. Wow. I got to see that.
It'll be fun. It'll be good fun.
Come down.
I'll say hi to you. You should go to Mexico.
Come down.
You're close to Mexican.
So then let me ask you a question. You changed officially your last name from Pazienza to Paz, correct? How come?
Correct.
How come?
Just because it made it easier. And I got sick of people. I got sick of Larry Holmes smashing it up. You know, Pazmanza, Pazarino, Pazzanini. It was ridiculous. So now it's just Vinny Paz and bam.
So
much easier.
Your father didn't care, since that's that's the namesake, the lineage.
No, but well, believe it or not, he was that. I changed my name when he and not because of this. It just happened to be. It happened to fall this way, but he had Alzheimer's when I changed my name.
Oh.
Yeah, but he would have let me do it anyways. I had great parents. They let me get away with it.
Let's go through these belts you got right there. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. Let's see
This is my favorite one because it was the third one, but it was a kid that I hated. And Jeremy, you know, I'm not into fucking nationalities, black, white. I could give a fuck, right? Most of my best friends my whole life they're black. This fucking guy was a Jew, and he thought he was the greatest. He thought he was gonna like knock me the f out like easy.
Yeah.
So
who was that guy?
I knocked him out in the fourth round, and that was gratifying victories of my life.
What was his name?
Dana Rosenblatt.
Oh yeah.
Dana.
I think he retired at like 49-1.
Wow.
Yeah, like he had some fucking high number. You know, he ended up with a good record. I'm pretty sure it was like something like 48 or 47-1. And you know, that one was me.
What belt is that?
But that's the WBU.
Okay. Oh, Jeremy has a WBU.
See, I won first the IBF title, then I won next the WBA title. So those were the two main belts in boxing. And because I won 3 more world title belts, that's why they have leverage on it. They have some power because I won them.
Who you are?
Who was, you know, had no fights, and he's fighting for a title. He's got 7 wins, and you know, he wins one of these titles. Nobody would look at him as a. But because I came along at the right time, did the right thing, paid my dues, worked hard, fought all the toughest fighters in the world. I got one of my favorite fights, and it was one of the great fights that I've had. It was on ESPN, and I loved it. And the kid wasn't talking. The kid was like so cool with me, and his name was Glenwood Brown. He was a beast. That was his nickname, Beast.
I remember him.
Glenwood Brown. We went at it. We tore each other up for 10 rounds. You know, I beat his ass a little bit more than he beat mine, and I beat him. And that was one of the greatest fights. Like, I'll never forget, because it was a standing ovation in the Foxwoods Casino. You know, and it was really cool, badass fight that was on ESPN.
That's great.
Yeah. So
what's that?
That's it. And 50 wins. I retired with 50 wins. I wanted to
get 2 more. Well, 3 more.
What's the middle? What's the belt underneath the WBU?
WBU, then it's IBO, which is the first title fight back after I broke my neck. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I fought a kid who this guy's right up there with Rosenblatt and Haugen. I hate this dude. I don't like this guy. His name's Dan Sherry, and he thought he was just gonna wipe my ass because he just went to England and got beat. He should have won, but he got beat on a split decision with Chris Eubanks. Oh, do you remember him, Jeremy?
Yeah, I do. English kid, black dude.
I remember him too. Yeah.
And remember, he was always with it was him and the other tough bastard. Oh my God, he was an animal. I can't think of his name. From England. 168. Chris
Eubank?
Nigel Benn.
Nigel Benn. His son's fighting now.
Yeah, those guys, I think they had 2 or 3 fights together. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, that guy fought with one of them and he lost a close decision, which I thought he won, but so he thought he was gonna kill me. And I was like, wow, really? okay, let's see what happens. And I stopped him in the 11th round.
Oh, wow.
Great. Yeah.
You know, you also looked pretty amazing when you beat Hunnigan.
Yeah, that was okay fight. That was the main. I was a co-feature to Evander Holyfield and Alex Stewart, if you remember that.
I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I do.
Yeah.
What's that third belt?
Which one?
Very
The third.
bottom. That's the I.
Oh, the bottom's the IBF.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yeah, my first one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my
This is the
world
first one.
title
Okay.
on NBC, Wide World of Sports.
So would you ever?
Wait. You got a 5 on your hand, not 3.
Good point.
I got 5.
What are
Yeah, 5.
what are the other 2 that we're missing? You showed us 3. What are the other 2?
Oh, can you see them right now?
We
You see those 3?
You can't see them?
We only see
I
3.
can see 3.
Oh, I get. Oh, yeah, that's because you wanted to get so close. It's either you hear me or you look at more belts.
You can bring the camera over to the belts if you don't mind for a second.
Okay.
Put it back.
Cool. Bam.
Ah, that's a
There
WBC.
they go.
Bam.
Wow.
This is my favorite.
Oh, nice.
Can you read that?
No, a little lower. 12. Oh, yeah.
KO 12
12
for Gilbert Dell. Wow.
Gilbert Delay. Yeah, that was my favorite fight.
Jeremy has the WBU heavyweight belt.
No shit. Who'd you beat for that, Jeremy?
Some big English man. Who was it? Not some big old white boy.
Wow.
Yeah. That's so. Vin, would you ever? And we're talking about Tyson and Roy Jones and all that. Would you ever step back in there for an exhibition?
I wanted to, but my PR girl wouldn't let me do it. And she's the best. She's been with me for years, and she's done nothing but good for me. So I listened to her, and I didn't do it because you literally can die. Like I think I'm an animal now. Like I still work out. I shadow box for 1 round. I do 50 sit-ups. I do 50 reps of weight. I do it every day, and you know I'm still fat. like I'm still fat. I'm still fat.
You hit the bag at all?
I got a little bit of skill left, but she's right because when you get older, and I never drank. Like I didn't have my first sip of alcohol till I won my first world title, and I was 24 years old. I never had a drop of alcohol before that. Never done no drugs, no pot, no cigarettes, nothing. No smoking. Like I'd be better off today if I smoked pot than if I drank. Because that pot, now they're finding out that it's really good for you.
Yeah.
It clears all kind of diseases, all kind of problems. It keeps cancer away from you.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be better off if I did, but I just can't do it. Can't do it. Like my mother smoked when I was a kid, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
So I'm going out with a bottle in my hand. That's for sure.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Just one.
Just one brother, one sister.
I was a mistake, Jeremy. 10 years later.
Well.
Oh shoot! Wow.
Good mistake.
Yeah.
Do you still hit the bag at all?
No.
No.
I use shadow box.
Shadow box. Okay.
I shadow box around. I shadow box a couple of minutes every day. I do 50 sit-ups, 50 reps of different weights every day, and that's it. I watch what I eat. You know, Jeremy, that's the main thing. You got to watch what you eat.
Yes, what you eat is most important.
How old are you now, Vin?
I'm pretty sure you don't have boobs, right?
Boobs? I don't think so.
If you had boobs, I'm 48.
All right, I don't have boobs. I'll do you without the boobs.
I'm 58.
58. You look great, man.
You did great for 58. Wow.
Yeah. Vin, we interviewed Butterbean a while ago, and I realized he's good. He's doing a bunch of TikTok.
He fought on 2 of my cards.
Well, you also reffed his fight at WrestleMania, right?
In that, yes.
Which
oh my God,
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was the craziest, one of the craziest events I've ever been to. It was packed.
So
like 30,000 people.
Right.
Wow.
For people watching, it was WrestleMania, and they decided to put a real fight. So Butterbean fought a real wrestler,
Bart Gunn,
and laid him the fuck out.
Laid him the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I kind of made that happen because if it was a normal fight and there wasn't 30,000 people in the house, I would have stopped it right the first time. But I literally picked him up on my shoulder. I put his shoulder on my shoulder, and I lifted him up. And I know I should have stopped it, but I couldn't because there were so many people that wanted to see him win. So I let it go. Butterbean throws a bomb, and boom, he was laid out.
Yep.
And I'll tell you this. You're gonna crack up this one. I'm there with all kind of freaking guys. Like all the stars were out at that time. That event, that wrestling event. It was like I know The Rock. Remember The Rock?
Yeah.
The Rock was there. Like all like the superheroes were there wrestling.
Great, man.
They all thought that Butterbean was going to get killed. They thought he was going to annihilate Butterbean. And like a couple of them were really like, oh Jesus. So I go in Butterbean's locker room because I want to see the boxing guy win, right? I don't want to see a wrestler beat a boxer. So I said, hey, Bean, how you doing? He said, hey, Vinny, I'm glad you got the fight. Great. Yeah, Bean, good. I said, how you feeling? You all right? I said, you ready? They tell me this guy's like training like an animal. And he said, oh, yeah, Vinny, I'm good. I've been training. I said, no, Butterbean, really. Like, everyone's telling me that he's gonna beat you. I said, I don't want to see that happen. Yo, Vinny, don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm ready. I trained hard. All right, good man. All right, we'll see. So now I'm nervous. I'm in the ring. I'm nervous to see who's going to go. 5 seconds after the bell rang, I went, oh, my God. Butterbean's going to fucking kill this guy.
Yep.
5 seconds after it started.
Yeah, you can tell right away how experienced the guy Bart Gunn was.
Maybe 7 seconds. Yeah, dead. I knew it, and that's just what happened. He almost died.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, Vin, man, it was good talking to you. Thanks for giving us the time.
Yeah, I got a big documentary coming out.
Oh,
so I'll let you know, and it's going to be big. It's right now they're looking at a 2-part series. It might even go to a 4-part. It's going to be either on HBO or ESPN.
Oh, wow.
Like one of the big ones.
Okay, beautiful.
Off the hook.
Let us know when it comes out, and we'll have you back on. We'll talk about it. It'll be cool.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Bro. Thank you for your time, man.
Thanks for talking to us, man.
Well, Jeremy, great to see you, man.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, buddy.
We'll do it again.
Great to see you.
Yeah,
Talk to you soon.
Peace out, Vin.
Peace out, brother.